guys, it's me David and welcome back to Building Scarif Week 11. So guys, this segment in particular, I'm going to bring a challenge back. And what I mean there is, okay, so far with Scarif what we've done with Scarif is fairly easy. It's just kind of a lot of plate building, maybe the trees are a little tricky, not really. But there hasn't really been a big challenge. Like with Kashyyyk, we had those giant trees. That was probably the challenge. Of course, there was some, on the back side of Kashyyyk, there was some really tricky things with lighting and stuff like that. There was many different challenges. I think the biggest challenge was definitely the trees in that mock. Everything else was kind of pretty normal-ish Lego building. There was some other, I could actually nail off a couple challenges from that. But basically, that's just one big thing. So far in Scarif, we really haven't had that. And I thought the big challenge was going to be the AT-ACT. But since we're basically modifying someone else's design now, kind of takes that challenge really away. And so in this segment, I want to bring that back. And by the end of the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to go into it right now, but I will go into it at the end of the video. On another note, week 12 will not be next week. I think, what is that? What is Friday next week? I think it's like April 16th, 17th? Whatever the next Friday is, it will be a week after. Because, big announcement, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, Florida. I'm so excited, okay? I've never been to a Star Wars Celebration, and I had a wonderful opportunity to go. Me and Javier, if you guys don't know who Javier is, watch the the Preparing for Star Wars videos. There's 2 of them. He's also makes an appearance in a couple other videos. So if you don't know who he is, kind of go back to my channel. You'll find out who he is. But me and him are going there together. Actually here's my badge, and you'll notice it says media. I'm actually got in as a media because of my YouTube channel, surprisingly. I'll probably actually be making like vlog-ish type of videos there, and I will be posting them on the channel. Just basically, I'm not expecting like more than 2 or 3 videos. I'm not going to be recording any of the panels or anything during the convention because all of that will be live streamed. What I really want to take a video of is like the Lego booth, just what it's like being there, because a lot of you can't go because it's in Orlando, Florida. I know a lot of you live worldwide, so it's very hard to go to a convention like this, and it's a very big convention because at Star Wars Celebration this year they will be premiering that Last Jedi trailer, and I am so hyped for it. Okay. Whether I go to the Last Jedi panel, I don't know. The biggest panels for Star Wars Celebration this year are The Last Jedi, which is Star Wars Episode 8, comes out later this year. Kind of a big deal. And then the other big panel is the celebration of 40 years. This is the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. And apparently they're going to be having some big announcements during that as well. That's Thursday. The Last Jedi panel's on Friday next week during the convention time. And I'm definitely not going to be able to go to the 40-year one, but it's possible to go to the Last Jedi one. If you guys don't know how these type of conventions work, in order to get into a panel like that, like The Last Jedi, you can't just walk in, because what you have to do, from what I can understand, is you have to sleep over the night before. So that Thursday night, you have to sleep at the convention. Yeah, that's right, in the convention center, because you have to get a wristband in order to get into a panel of such. So basically, you have to wait in a line for like a couple hours to get into the convention hall where you sleep for 12 hours to get a wristband for another 5-hour wait in line to get into the actual panel that Friday at, I think it's like at 11 or 12 p.m. It's kind of crazy. I'm tempted to do it. It would be a great like kind of vlog thing to make a video of, because hey, why not? And what's awesome is I'm going to be surrounded by everybody who's like me, who is literally diehard Star Wars fans. To do what I just said, you have to be a diehard Star Wars fan. Otherwise, what are you doing? So I don't know whether I'm going to go to that or not. Basically, to sum everything up, regardless whether I don't go to any specific panel or not during the celebration, I will be doing a couple videos and I will be posting them. And that is why Building Scarif will be pushed to not next Friday, but the Friday after that it will return. So that would be week 12. So I do want to make that announcement. I might make another separate video of, hey, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration, just to make sure everybody knows. But if you do want to meet up with me, if you're lucky, some of you who are going, I'm more than welcome to meet up with some of you there. Please follow me on Twitter and just, you know, be like at solid_Brix. Hey, let's meet up at Star Wars Celebration, and I'll follow, or I'll reply and say, okay, I'll be at this time. We can make it work. So if you do want to meet me up at Star Wars Celebration, if you are going down in Florida, then please follow me on Twitter and hit me up on that. I'll be more than welcome to meet any type of fan there, because I'll probably have a lot of free time. I'm going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's it. I'm skipping Sunday. I only will be there half of Thursday, though. Because I'm driving down from basically Washington, D.C. to Orlando, Florida. That's a 12-hour drive, so basically my entire Wednesday is driving. All right, now that's out of the way, guys. I really wanted to just put all that out there. Let's get into this video. Let's go.
All right, guys, so the first thing I have here is a big bag of leaves, so we can build some more trees. So this came in earlier this week. This is like 200, 300 leaves, I believe. So that is very awesome. And then I have all my other parts here. So I'm actually going to build some more trees, and then we're going to get on over to there. But let me go ahead and build those trees first and see what that looks like, guys. All right, guys, so I was able to build about 9 trees. And the reason why I didn't build more is because now I've run out of the stem. I'm out of those pieces now. I have plenty of the bottom pieces, the starter pieces, but not enough of the stem pieces. So it's kind of funny how this kind of works. It's like every time I get parts in and I can start building something, you know, another part of the Scarif mock, always something else runs out. It's just a constant one or the other. But at least I was able to get a pretty good amount of trees done here. Pretty happy with this, and we'll definitely use it in this section once we start getting the groundwork done, which is the next thing we're going to go to, actually. So first off, moving our attention over here. So a lot of you said that you were okay with what I've done here. Some of you did say that you wanted an island, and I did see that quite a bit in the comments. The only problem with putting an island is then I have to push this back, and then I just don't. It almost looks like a river, and I don't want it to look like a river right here. I want it to look like it's the ocean. And so, I don't know. I might put a little tiny little island, maybe something really small right here, but for now I'm going to leave it empty and use what is already been marked right here. Now, I still haven't gotten more of these 1x2 bricks in the mail yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use other bricks to kind of give an outline. I'm going to keep these bricks where they are right now, but that way we can kind of start filling in all of this over here. And then I'll keep this line and I'll kind of make like a bit of an outline around it. You'll kind of see what I do afterwards. And so we'll start getting this going, getting this section going, and see how much we can get done in this segment. So let's go, guys. Alright, guys, so I've done some work so far, and what I've done here is I filled in all along this, just like that. And as you can see, it worked out really well. I was able to literally match it exactly to how this line was. So I'll just kind of like take you through that. So this is a great little way if you have a big mock and you want to mark where you want to when you want an environment to change or something needs to be marked where something important is. You can do this. You can just lay the bricks down like this. You don't have to attach them, and then you can get the the style or whatever you want, the lines right, and then you can go back and fill it in like this. Now, obviously, I'll go back and put the tan in front where these are right here. I'll put tan bricks, but for now, it's a good filler, so that way we can start filling in all of this gray space. Now, of course, you'll also notice the gray parts are the Technic pins, so that the sections can all fit together. So don't forget that this is a section, that's a section, that's a section, and this is a section as well right here, even though it's majority water. But yeah, so this is what it looks like before we start really start building on it. I just want to show everybody that. And then I also, just for fun, I started filling in some water right there. I won't get too far into that just yet. Again, our focus in this segment is really to start filling in these base plates and get some groundwork done. That is our goal. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys, so after deciding for a couple hours and thinking about this, we haven't really done anything like tricky or challenging. It's all very basic, for the most part, basic Lego building. It's, plates on plates, studs on studs, building some trees. Yeah, maybe they're a little tricky. What will be an AT-ACT is already kind of complete. So, there hasn't really been anything challenging. And I was like, this mock will be too easy if we just do it all the way we've been doing. So let's add an interesting element to it. And so that is what I have been doing. And this is my prototype right here. What is this? What is this contraption you're looking at here? And this is the bunker, okay? I think everybody in the comments made it very clear that they want a bunker and a landing pad for the Scarif mock. Okay, I heard you guys, it's happening. However, it would be so boring to just build the bunker straight on and have the platform right here and that's it. Why not take it a step further and build it at a 45-degree angle? The entire platform and the bunker at a 45-degree angle on Lego. That is a challenge, okay? And so this is my prototype, proof of concept. All right, so I already know it'll work. So this is what I've been working on. It looks kind of crappy, I know, but that's what a proof of concept really is to show that it'll work. It doesn't have to be pretty though. All right, so here's what I've been doing. I've been taking these pieces right here, okay? These things, they're like 1x2s with a stud in the middle. And I've been kind of placing them around until I can get this square. It's kind of a rectangle, but we'll call it a square. Anyhow, trying to get this square so it's at a 45-degree angle, and I was able to accomplish that. It's not perfect, so you can kind of see they just kind of snap in. And so it's kind of trial and error in terms of getting these things down. There is a different method to build Lego at a 45, or like what I'm trying to do at a 45-degree angle, which is this concept, which is by using the hinge pieces like this, okay? So this is I think I might end up doing this because you can kind of see it. See how there's a little bit of flex? I think it's a little more noticeable over here, but I don't know, you can't really notice it. But when you see flex in the base plate, that means that this thing is kind of pulling it up just a tad bit. And that might be okay for right now, but if I start building up, it can be a problem. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with, how these things are kind of snapped down right now. Not sure 100% on that yet. I might change it to this, not sure yet. All right, so now I'm sure you guys are wondering, so if you build it at a 45-degree angle, how are you going to do this? Because it gets even more interesting with the landing pad because this section splits apart. So how am I going to do that? Am I going to do a angle? No, that's not what I'm going to do. There's still going to be a split down the middle to separate the sections. I was thinking maybe I should just make this all one section, the 4 base plates, but I know that'll be a problem. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it split. So how am I going to solve for this? Well, I'm going to use the snot technique, okay? This is a fantastic technique. I've used it before, except it's going to be used in a more different way. So basically, when I split these, the landing pad will be right here, okay? Imagine this, our white thing here is a bigger landing pad, and it's not going to be white, guys. Again, proof of concept here. This is here. This can move, sorry for the piece, but this can slide in and out. So when you take the sections apart, the actual landing pad can come off too, okay? So going over here, this might make a little more sense if I explain this. This is how snot works. Studs not on top, that's what it stands for, okay? Snot stands for that. Just want to make that very clear to everybody if you haven't heard of it. It's a really interesting Lego method. And what all that means is you take a Lego brick and you lay it down sideways. And when you do that, you can layer over plates over it like this. And so it looks like the Lego is blending in. Okay, it's a great technique. A lot of Lego builders use it in their mocks. Fantastic technique. I've never used studs on the top at an angle like this, so it gets a little more interesting. So basically what you do is you kind of actually just, I'm going to build the landing pad, right? And then you kind of surround it kind of like this. You would build this surrounding, and then you would cover it around with plates over top so it looks like it's blending in with it. But then when you slide the sections apart, it'll come off and it all just slides together. It should work actually. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing a great job explaining it. It's a little tricky. It's better to visualize it. So yeah, and this is another technique of, maybe this will explain it better, but pretend this is the landing pad, this part right here, and this is the angled, section. This is kind of how it works. You just layer things over it and it looks like it blends together like that. So with the bunker being right here, I'll have tan tiles, and then I'll have tan tiles here, and I'll just lay it over. And really, I mean, yeah, you can tell it's at an angle, obviously, but it looks like it blends together. It looks like it works. It might get a little tricky here at the corner when they meet, but for the majority, it should work. This proof of concept shows that this can work, that we can make the bunker at a 45-degree angle, and we can make the landing pad at a 45-degree angle. Also, I'm pretty sure we're not going to make a landing craft, just because it'll be too many pieces, and I've kind of got a tight budget as is. But yeah, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Also, the bunker is not going to be as big as this square. It's probably only going to be from here to here. So this is going to be it, and then this is kind of where its orange cargo train will kind of be. I will build that. I don't know if there'll be enough room for a train track. Also, where this is right now, I'm not sure whether this is a final spot for the bunker. I might move it up a little bit, not sure yet. So please don't get on me if it seems off, it's pushed off in the corner. I'm not sure if this is a final spot. I just kind of built it here to see what that would look like. So, try to picture it. So here's the bunker at a 45-degree angle, and then pretend there's this kind of big landing pad right here, and then you kind of have this type of technique going over the landing pad. I think it'll work, guys. I really do. This took a lot of time, actually, as not pretty as it looks. It was tricky to get this down. It's pretty neat how snot works. You can kind of just slide it in and out like this. So I'll basically build a giant kind of thing like this, except much bigger, and then it just kind of slides in there, and it works like that. So you kind of just put the pieces on top, and voila, you have snot. such an interesting name, but I think it'll work. And I think this is a better challenge for the mock, and it'll make it more interesting, especially if I ever decide to take it to a convention. I don't know, when you do Lego in ways that it's not normally made for, it usually gets people's attention and makes your mocks stand out, in my opinion. I know I've seen this technique before. I think one of the greatest uses of 45-degree angle and snot was on this, I think it was back at Brick Fair 2013, 2014, but there's this amazing, humongous collaboration of it was like this apocalyptic sand dune type of mock where basically I think it was almost like Fallout New Vegas type of thing, where it's like a very post-apocalyptic desert area, and they did a lot of this 45-degree angle snot technique stuff, and I wish I might be able to find a picture and link it below if I can find it. I'm sure it's somewhere on Flickr, but it was a fantastic mock, and that's actually what inspired me to do this very thing. It kind of just popped in my head, and I was like, as I was looking at the mock, I was like, that we just haven't challenged ourselves, and I think I was like, man, what can I do to make this better or more interesting? And I was like, oh wait, what about that? And I was like, that would work. And what do you know? It works. A couple hours later of trial and error, and there you go. All right, so I'm gonna leave this be. I don't think we'll continue much more on the bunker in this segment because now I need to start ordering some parts. I don't have any tan plates. And now I also need to start figuring out how I want to build the landing pad. I got to figure out the spacing. I'll take the next week and figure that out. But before we finish this episode off, I do want to get some more work, at least fill in some of this over here. So that's the last thing we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, there we go. So it wasn't as much as I wanted to fill in. I actually wanted to kind of get to this point. But I have run out of, I don't know, it's just one thing after another that I keep on running out of. But I've run out of certain bricks, mainly the 1x4s. I do have more of them. I just have to go find them. So I will just do that later. And on top of that, I'm almost out of these big, what are they? They're 6x10? Yeah, 6x10 tan plates, which is basically the majority of what you're seeing here. And I'll probably go up until right about here. And then we'll get on to doing the landing pad, and then we'll have to surround that around once we get to that point. And then I don't have, like I said, I'm just running out of bricks at the moment. I know it seems crazy. I guess running out is the wrong thing to say. It's really just like I need to go find them. Ever since I moved last year, all my Lego kind of got shuffled. I do have an organized thing in my closet over there, but there's still parts from Kashyyyk and stuff like that. Like I had bags of bricks and stuff that kind of got scattered around in boxes for some reason. So I'm still trying to figure out where some of that stuff went. But once I do, which won't be long at all, so basically by the next segment, we should be able to fill in all of this right here. And we probably get working on the landing pad, and then definitely get the tan line and fill in all the tan plates around here, just like we did on the other side, and get that going as well. That won't be that hard. So yeah, in terms of progress, I think we made a lot of progress. I mean, this whole like thing was empty, and now we got a lot of things going on at once. But yeah, I'm very happy with this prototype. I'm going to keep working on it over the next week, or actually 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll come up with something cool. And then, like I said, we'll expand that, and we'll get the water going. And, you know, basically in terms of the trees, I have everything I need to really build the rest of the trees. I don't really think I'm going to need to order any more leaves, but I do need to order more stem pieces. I also want to get to the bushes and stuff like that, but I don't think we'll get to that until all of this is filled into the landing pad's done and the bunker is kind of being started. So I will leave that for later. On top of that, I also need to get dark green plates because you can kind of see we're getting into that section. I'm out of those. But once again, I need to go to the Kashyyyk mock, which is out in my garage, I think, and I need to figure out where those parts went for that. So it's just a lot of hunting and finding things to get this mock done. But on that note, guys, I'll go ahead and we'll end off the video.
All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. What do you guys think about my prototype? I know it's sloppy, but I really like the idea of turning the whole bunker and the landing platform at a 45-degree angle. I think it really will create an interesting dynamic for the mock. It'll make it much more interesting. I feel like, I know it sounds kind of silly. Oh yeah, you just turn it at 45 degrees, big whoa. I really do think it'll make a big difference. Whether it sounds interesting or not, I do think it's a big deal. And it's a challenge, that's for sure. Whether it looks like a challenge to you guys right now, maybe not. But I'm telling you, once we get into this in the following weeks, it will be a challenge. Also, I think, what is it, 2 or 3 days ago, Star Wars Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, came out on Blu-ray. I have yet to pick mine up because I already got the digital copy, but I will get it. But if you haven't, I would recommend picking up the Blu-ray. It's great, of course. I love it to death because, like, why am I building this if I don't love that movie? But yeah. And once again, guys, again, I just want to make the announcement right now that week 12 will be pushed again to, it won't be next week, it'll be the following Friday because I am going to Star Wars Celebration. And also, once again, if you want to meet me up at Star Wars Celebration, again, I will be there half of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all of Friday and Saturday. So if you want to meet me up at Star Wars Celebration, if you're going to, then follow my Twitter down below. It's solid_Brix. And just basically hit me up on Twitter and say, hey, I'm going. Do you want to meet up? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Where do you want to meet? Blah, blah, blah. And we'll figure that out. So if you're going, I'm more than welcome to meet you guys. Please don't hesitate to ask to meet up, because probably like most of Thursday I'll walk the convention, and it's a huge convention, yeah, but like the actual like place where you're normally walking doesn't take more than a day to go through for the most part, because it's mostly vendors and stuff like that. All right, well, I think that's it, guys. I'll see you guys not next week, but the following week after that in week 12. I think we have a lot going on in the mock. I'm very excited. So yeah, all right, that's going to be it, guys. So I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.